As we welcome 1982, I believe we would all do well to look back on the achievements and difficulties of the past year and the opportunities and challenges which lie ahead of us. The agreement by the 9 provinces and the Government of Canada to bring home the Constitution and to provide for Canadians an opportunity of amending their own Constitution, to enshrine a Charter of Rights which will be among the most significant in the world, is a major achievement and one that has eluded Canadians for more than 114 years. Similarly, the settling of the long-standing dispute between the producing provinces and the Government of Canada with respect to the price of energy is also an important step as together we plan for the immediate future. During this past year, throughout our country, governments, community groups, municipalities, and individuals have taken special care to ensure that we are being fair and just with our handicapped citizens, not only because it was the International Year of the Disabled, but because we have a duty in our society to stop and reflect upon the fairness and justice with which we treat all of our fellow citizens at all times. We have seen a significant amount of turmoil in 1981 on an international basis. Sudden changes in economic direction and policy in the United States have had the effect of adding to continued uncertainty in other parts of the world. The economies of the free world, as we all know, are not performing well. High inflation, continued price instability, and growing unemployment are concerns that face all of us. I believe that the best way of facing up to the challenges and opportunities of 1982 is by being frank about those problems which we share and by shaping a new resolve to try to solve them effectively together. It is important, first of all, that we keep things in perspective. Our ability to handle the challenges of 1982 and to make progress against tough economic times will not be increased by a false sense of disaster or gloom that is out of proportion to the real circumstances in which we find ourselves. Let's be frank. For someone who is unemployed, for someone who is having great difficulty meeting day-to-day expenses because of high interest rates, for small businessmen and farmers who are doing their very best to meet some very demanding circumstances, these are difficult times, and these difficulties affect all of us. But the fundamental strength of the Canada we share is the deep-rooted strength of our people and our resources. Our human and natural resources can, in my view, if harnessed properly, contribute to a successful turning back of the difficulties which we face and meaningful progress for greater economic stability and prosperity in the months and years ahead. As Canadians, we must work together to pursue our national interests, but we must understand that we cannot expect more from our economy than we are each prepared to put in. Governments must have the courage to invest wisely for the future. Taxpayers must exercise their own judgment on those decisions and activities which are most essential to them. In this way, we can rebuild confidence in our collective future by developing confidence in our individual futures. There should be no doubt that the strengths of our province, the strengths of our country, will survive transient economic difficulties. However, these strengths must be enhanced by the will of all Canadians, whether they be trade union members, farmers, doctors, lawyers, fishermen, homemakers, public servants, and students, to work together and to respect the common interest in the pursuit of their own individual futures and opportunities. This nation has been built on individual enterprise, on equality of opportunity and freedom of choice. If we are to protect these values in the future, we must be prepared to pull together now in creating a new economic opportunity for all Canadians, one based on solid achievement and excellence and individual prosperity for all of us. In that effort, in the months and years ahead, I will continue to seek your support here in our province. To you and yours, all the very best in a personal way for 1982.
And now it's time to draw tonight's windfall number. Remember, if you can find 2 digits that match our 2 digits anywhere in your ticket, you win a free book of 5 Wintario tickets. That's our windfall number. Jock, the middle 2 machines, please. Thank you. Back out to Greg Beresford.
Well, these next 3 gentlemen have the distinguished pleasure of being the last guests on Wintario this year. What's your name?
My name's Chad Shaw.
And?
Dave Stewart.
And?
Gary Reimer.
Okay, Dave, you're the smallest, so I'm going to ask you if you'd reach up and for the last time this year, press that button. Thank you very much.
Thank you, fellows. That's all we need for our windfall number. There are a possible 250,000 winners looking for these 2 digits. First of all, we have a 7. It's a lucky 7, followed by a 4. So if you have 7, 4, in that order, anywhere in your ticket, then you automatically win a free book of 5 Wintario tickets. And remember, you have 1 week to claim your prize from your retailer.
Well, that was a very interesting show, a lot of fun. Now, if you were one of the lucky winners tonight, and there were several right here in the audience, Faye will tell you all about what you have to do to claim your tax-free prize.
Well, it's easy. You fill in your name and address on the back of the ticket, cut it in half as indicated, and send it in by registered mail, or bring it to the Wintario Prize Office, 2 Bloor Street West, Toronto, Ontario, M4W3H8.
Cash prizes of up to $1,000 can be claimed at any Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce in this province, and that goes for the new $50 scramble prizes out of the bonus draws tonight. And if you have a $10 prize, you can claim that at your retailer, provided you do it within the next 7 days. And if you have a windfall prize, you have to claim that within the next 7 days at participating retailers.
Our next Wintario is in a brand new year. That will be on January the 7th at the Progress campus of Centennial College in metropolitan Toronto.
Before we go, I must remind you about Super Lotto. The next Super Lotto draw comes up on January 31st, the end of this month, 1 month away. Don't forget to get a ticket, because once again, we'll be drawing for prizes of free tickets, $100, and cash prizes right up to $1 million. The winning numbers will be announced on the Global Television Network at approximately 6:50 on the night of the draw, January 31st.
And at that point, that wraps everything up for 1981. But before we do, we would like to extend a very special thank you to all of the people who have been a part of Wintario for this year, all of our viewers at home. Congratulations to all of our winners, and a special thank you to our audience here tonight at the Cedar Brae Collegiate in Scarborough. We really do appreciate you coming out and giving us your support. So from all of us at the Ontario Lottery Corporation and Global Television, a Happy New Year.
God bless. Happy New Year.